If you want proper chips in the air fryer but you don't want to soak your potatoes for ages, this is the method that I use. These come out crispy on the outside, fluffy in the middle, and they're ready much faster. Perfect for busy weeknights. Hi, I'm Rebecca and welcome to my kitchen where I share easy air fryer recipes that actually work. So if that's your kind of thing, you're in the right place. Bobby. For the chips, you're going to want a floury potato. I'm using Maris Piper, but King Edward also works really well too. So what I'll do is I'll start just by peeling them. You can obviously have skin on chips if you prefer, but today I just fancy having them like this. It's actually kind of funny because the amount of times that I have actually just used like a baking potato for these, and they actually still turn out fine. But if you want the best ones you can make, then I highly recommend you using, like I said, a Maris Piper potato, or even just a King Edward potato. The only bit that I hate doing is the peeling. Does anyone else struggle with that? So now the peeling is done, we are going to take all of these peels and we are going to put them to the side because we are going to do something else with those. That will be a separate video. So we'll take all these peels and we are just going to pop them into this glass bowl because we're actually going to use them for something. We're actually going to use them for something else. So put them all into the bowl. And then we'll save these for later. And we are going to start chopping. I'm going to use my hex-clad knife for this. I absolutely love this knife. Look, you'll see. It just cuts through things like butter. So what we'll do then is we will start making our chips. The smaller the chip, the quicker it will cook. Everyone always has their preference on what they prefer, so you will end up with ones that are slightly different, but it's fine. Like they're all gonna cook, so there's just no pressure. These are perfect for the nights when you're super busy. You can just quickly make them and you want something that's healthy, but it's also quite good because you can actually freeze these as well. And if you guys would like a little bit more info on the process to freeze them, just let me know. Okay, so now you'll have all of your chips and they should look a little bit like this. Obviously, like I said, you're gonna get ones that are completely different shapes. So we're gonna put these all into a bowl. Now when you're touching them, they're gonna feel a little bit kind of like starchy. This is good because what we're gonna do is in a second, we're going to pop them in the microwave, and when they go in the microwave, they will go in for about 3 minutes, depending on how big the batch is. So we put them in for about 3 minutes and then we're going to drain them. So instead of soaking them, I put these in the microwave for 3 minutes just whilst the air fryer heats up. The reason why I do this is because it par cooks the inside, which means that the air fryer can focus on crisping rather than cooking them through. And it saves a lot of time. So this is my air fryer. I use the Cosori Dual Blaze. I absolutely love this air fryer. It's so big, you can cook more or less anything inside it. So whilst the chips are in the microwave, we are gonna just preheat our air fryer just so it's ready for when the chips go in. Okay, so now they are out of the microwave, what we are going to do is give them a good rinse with some cold water. This is going to get rid of all of the starch. And then give them a little shake. Okay, so now they've been washed, I just usually keep them in here and give them a little shake again. And I'm going to add the oil now. So just a little bit of oil just to go in there. And then all I'm going to add as well is just a little bit of salt. So I'm going to add the flavour at the end to these, just because I think that always tends to work out a lot better. So that's been preheated and ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put our chips inside the air fryer. So I'm going to cook these at 190 degrees, and at first they're just going to go in for 10 minutes. So now they've been in for around 10 minutes, what we're going to do is just make sure that they're not getting stuck to the bottom of the pan, and give them a good shake. So what will happen now is they're going to go back in for another 10 minutes until they are golden and crispy. Also, try not to overcrowd and try and get them into a single layer. If they're all piled up on top of each other, they'll end up steaming, and you don't want that. So back in for 10 minutes. Okay, so now we only have a couple minutes left. I am going to add my seasoning to these. So these are looking great so far. So we're just going to add in our seasoning. This here is a chip seasoning. You can get them from all kinds of supermarkets, but this one's actually just from Aldi. And all you do is you kind of sprinkle these on about a couple minutes before they're ready. And so we'll just give those a good mix before we put them back into the air fryer for, I think there's about 3 minutes left on them. Okay, let's go. Wow, these look absolutely amazing. This is exactly what you want. Crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside. The microwave softens the inside and the air fryer finishes them off perfectly without the waiting around. These come out so crispy on the outside, fluffy in the middle, and they're much faster. Perfect for busy weekdays.